Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, or should I say my fellow time travelers. Welcome back to another episode of Planetary's Throwback. I, your host, Planetary, your fellow time traveling gamer, will travel throughout time and space, from the awesome modern day games, all the way back to the good old classic retro games, to see which one is good, which one is bad, and which one is in the middle. And do you ever wonder what will happen when you get a mixture of the character design of Rayman and put it into a kart racing genre? Well, you get this. Yes, in today's episode we're travelling back through time to 1999 once more to look back at this kart gem for the PS1. Yes, we're looking at Speed Punks for the USA or Speed Freaks for PAL versions. So sit down, relax, grab yourself some popcorn and your carbonated drinks and enjoy the cartoonish kart racing genre, Speed Punks. With this game being released at the late 1999 of September 15th, developed by Funcom Dublin Ltd, comes Speed Freaks or Speed Punks being released for USA on 31st of March 2000, only exclusive for the PlayStation 1. But during the process of releasing the game for USA PlayStations, Sony has acquired the license to publish the game for the country in early 1999, but was held back due to the release of Crash Team Racing. In this cartoonish kart racer, you have 6 races to play as, and with their stats. With the stats looking at speed, acceleration, and weight, which I'm guessing weight has to deal with the turn of the racer and kart. These racers are Tempest, a hot-headed kid that has been skipping the most lockdown boys' school. What? Being focused to have the top speed but having trouble turning with sharp corners. Monica, a sweet lady but with a badass attitude that loves the thrill of racing against other racers, with her stats being in the middle with all 3 stats. Buster and Reggie, a comedy slapstick duo that will do anything to hit other racers or themselves. As for their stats, like Tempest, they focus on speed, but as for weight, with both of them being on one kart, their weight is 4 stars. Monty, a boy that adores racing, loves the wind of air hitting him in the face. Like Monica, all 2 stars in all 3 stats. Tabitha, a spoiled little brat that managed to get a kart from her rich ass dad. Like bloody hell, you spoiled little brat, get a job and get it yourself. Sorry, going off topic there. With her being the lightest, focusing on acceleration and sharp turning with slow top speed. Brains, smart kid that was testing the kart capabilities while his mother was on the kart. After a certain test gone wrong while his mom went flying through the roof, he took it upon himself to be behind the wheels and start racing. Same as Tabitha, Brain has the same stats as her, focusing on acceleration and sharp cornering, but not top speed. And 3 bonus characters to unlock, which I will explain that later. Cogsworth, Monty's dog that will follow his owner and for some reason driving a go-kart? How the bloody hell can a dog drive? Actually, never mind. Seeing dog learning how to drive in real life, which makes my point mute. Anyway, with his stats being 3 stars in speed and acceleration and 1 star in weight. Tetsuo, a somewhat car fixer with a ninja personality, which I say, that's a bit weird, but then again, this is a cartoonish world, so anything goes. With his stats reaching 3 stars on weight and top speed, but a 4 on acceleration. Beamer, a bot that was made by Brains to be the fastest bot racer in Speed Freak, with him having a 3 star of weight and 4 stars on top speed and acceleration, and holy smokes, he is that difficult to handle him. With those 9 racers, we'll race to see who will get first place and become the true Speed Freak. In Speed Freak, there's about 5 versions of gameplays, which we'll look at the main 3 we got. Tournament, where you go through 3 sets of 4 tracks, from easy, medium and hard, to race against 5 other racers to get most points throughout those 4 tracks. But in tournament, if you manage to come 6th to 4th, you have to reset the track that you have failed to qualify and you only got 3 retries before you go to the podium and go smacking your head against it like Tempest over here. As it being a kart racer, there's going to be items in this game to add a bit of challenge and fun for the players. With collecting items, there's something unique about it. If you manage to collect one item and hold it, but also pick up another item that is the same as the one that you picked up before, you can actually hold on to it and stack it up to a maximum of 3. These items are blue missile, the blue missile acting like a green shell like Mario Kart. You can shoot in front of you and behind you. It doesn't follow the target, so you must time your shots to actually hit them. 3 blue missile, same like the singular blue missile. 3 blue missiles can be shot in front or behind, with it being a spread shot. I think it's to make it easy to hit your targets. The shark missile, a missile that follows the target that's in front of you, and for some reason it can be easily dodged if you end up being targeted. No kidding, have a look. How is that possible? Gatling gun. Wait, what? What's the age rating? Right, Speed Freak, care to explain this? Anyway, the Gatling gun can shoot countless bullets either in front of you or behind you, but it takes mostly 6 hits to make a player spins out. Invisible Serum, acting like an invincible star, you'll be able to avoid getting hit by other items and also able to hit other racers along the way. Talk about being hit with an invisible racer. Right, I'll stop making jokes now. Slime, an item to throw behind to spin racers out of control of the tracks. Bomb. Bomb is an item that you drop from behind and has a small radius of nearly about 2 inches. If the other racers decide to drive over it, it will actually blow them up to smithereens. Tire pop. No matter what position you're in, either first or dead last, when you hear that siren goes off, that means your tires are going to go pop and stop you on the spot for a brief second. The Spiral Rainbow. I know there's an actual name, but Spiral Rainbow will do for now. For what it does, whether you're in last, you can let out a powerful shot that will work its way through to first place, wiping out your items and boosters you picked up. One way to taste the rainbow, motherfucker! Boosters and golden boosters. Boosters are spread around the track, so wherever you collect them, the bar on the top right will go up, and you can use it to gain some tremendous speed to close the gap between you and other racers. As for golden boosters, you can get it by picking up an item block or by keeping an eye out on the track to collect it. Once you collect it, you can recharge your boost gauge to max. Now these items will help you out to make it easy for you to reach first place, or a nightmare to deal with, especially some racers coming in second place collecting the powerful items, and for some reason it's a total prick about it. Time trial allows you to test the tracks to see how fast you can go, and also setting up the fastest lap. Verse or multiplayer. Grab your multi-tab that looks like a bloody boomerang and grab your mates and race against each other in those 12 original tracks and battle to see who will get first place. Sadly, I'm a bit of a Larry loner, so I can't experience it. God damn it. After finishing your first tournament, you can access the bonus, where there's an extra 12 tracks to time trial or to play with mates. And then there's Characters Challenge, which I'll get into. When you go into tournament and manage to get 40 points, a perfect score throughout 4 tracks, and come first place, you'll be able to access the challenge to unlock the 3, Cogsworth, Tetsuo, and Beamer. Although those challenges tend to be very difficult to a certain point, Cogsworth being absolutely easy to deal with, Tetsuo being slightly difficult and a challenge with his stats of speed and acceleration, and then there's Beamer. Right, though he is the last one to unlock, but god damn you, twitchy little fucker! With your speed and acceleration, you make it absolutely difficult, but also the choice of track with small S-bends with the sudden drop makes me rage and restart the track nearly 5+ times to get the bastard unlocked. Yeah. After finishing collecting all of them, you unlock the gold tires, where you can race the tournament again with a crazy amount of speed that you might go through a time slip.
Somewhere in the cartoon verse.
Is it getting bright in here or is it just me?
No, why is the TV getting brighter? Something's coming out. Guys, what's going on? It's coming out!
Social Security now, fuckers!
Looking at the gameplay of Speedpunk, it's heavily relied to use the drifting mechanics to turn corners with some slight of ease. Might be easy to pull off with characters that have less weight stats, but it could be a sudden nightmare with heavyweight racers like Buster and Reggie and Beamer, which I'll go into more details of the drifting mechanics later. The graphic of this game looks very unique, but sticks with the theme of each track: raceway, theme park, jungle, and city, with the raceway being close to the beach with the awesome view of the mountains and the beach, and unique items like pirate ship, lighthouse and waterfall. Theme park, a whole lot of awesome rides, but sadly we can't ride on them while we got our karts to race against 5 other racers. With the texture of the dirt makes it look lively, and the stadium looks awesome and lively that there's people watching you. Jungle, being mystical and breathtaking with dangerous lava pits and views of trees, beach and waterfall, gorgeous but deadly. City, with the awesome building background while racing around with the track, looks absolutely marvelous to fit the theme, to race throughout traffic. When it comes to characters, it looks like Mario Kart 64 and Rayman have come together to make these races and karts. The details of each characters with Tempest and red spiky hair to Monty and racing attire, each graphic details of the characters are unique. Now listening to the soundtrack of Speed Freaks, with the awesome opening intro with a helping hand of Jeremy, sorry if I got the name wrong, making that piece, to the menu screen to going on to the track, racing against each other, the soundtrack remains consistent with the theme of each track. Like, have a listen to it. Though the soundtrack remains the same throughout the game, it's somewhat good to listen to. The controls are your average kart racer. You got the X button to accelerate, the square button to brake, and your D-pad or analog stick to steer the kart. Now we got our shorter buttons, we got our R2 button to use our boost. As you can see, it's on the top right of the HUD. The more booster you have stored up, the faster you can go for a brief second. Your L2 button to use your items, and like Mario Kart with the missile and Gatling gun, you can shoot the items from behind by holding down the down on the D-pad or analog stick to fire it backwards. And both L1 and R1 is to drift. Now the drifting mechanics in this game is far more different like Mario Kart and Crash Team Racing. Other than jumping and turning left or right to start skidding, Speed Freaks is just hold the button and turn left or right to start a drift. For some reason, back then when I was young, it is a difficult thing to master it. But how quick you have to start drifting from the start of the sharp corner to the point of turning sharply to the end. Unlike some corners, yes, I'm talking to you Raceway 3 and Jungle 3, but looking at it now, it feels good to master it at some point. Looking back at Speed Freak today, it looks like an awesome underrated gem that somehow ended up being left behind in time. With the fun experience of it being a Mario Kart-esque with the cartoonish physics and crazy use of items. But I only got one problem though. For some reason when it comes to item being used, the racer that tends to come second always end up having the most powerful weapons or powerful items 90% of the time. No matter how far or fast you are there going, there's always going to be a racer that will have a tire pop or a rainbow swirl. But items aside, the rubber banding of the races is somewhat fair and challenging for newcomers and advanced kart racers. A fun game to play with mates if you have a spare 1 to 3 controllers with the multi-tap, then you and your mates to have a chaotic race. Well, time to give this game a score, and I'm thinking of giving this one a 5 out of 5 hourglass. The game is awesome and cartoonish for all ages. The gameplay is challenging and fair with the rubber banding of the other races. The graphic looks amazing from all different themes of the tracks, and the character design looks unique. With an awesome soundtrack to listen to while racing through some tracks in the hard sectors are difficult, it's also practicing on the knowledge of the track, especially Raceway 3. The game overall is easy to pick up and to get into and have lots of fun with your mates or to challenge yourself in investing your own time. If there's another opportunity to make another remastered game, please bring this one back to light. It will be a marvelous piece to bring back for the PS4 or Xbox One or the Switch. Please get on to it. Well, that's about it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for sticking around for another time-traveling journey in Planetary's Throwback. If you liked this episode and would like to tell your experience with this game, feel free to hit the like button and put your experience in the comments section down below so I can read your experience. But if you're also new to this channel, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you can keep up to date of where I might be traveling to next for another game review. But until then, this is Planetary signing off, and I'll see you guys next time. Ta-ta! Hey guys, Future Planetary here. Now before you leave the video, I'd like to say a big massive thanks to my good mate Joel GoGo Arts, who actually helped me out with the animation skit that you have seen earlier in the video. He actually does game reviews in his own animation styles, and he's actually currently working on his own gameplays on Dark Souls Remaster. Now please do go check him out. He is an awesome bloke. He is a very, very funny bloke. I'll make sure to put a link in the description down below, but also I'll put him up on the end screen so you can actually go check him out, and hecky, go subscribe to him. He is an awesome, funny bloke. If you like animation at his own style, go check him out. It's definitely worth your while. But until then, I'd like to say thank you for watching again, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Ta-ta!